I'm Jeff. I got 35 years in dealing with water management. Well, today's video, we're going to cover water. And it's not as hard as you think, and it's not near as scary. It actually slips over this. Slips over this. And that's how you transition.
All right, so what we're doing here is we've got the gravel. We're taking out the lava rock, and we're going to change it into creek gravel. So this ought to be fun, and then pulling and removing some plants. So here we go. So this is another thing that we do quite often. Well, I tell you what, this ground sure did fall apart on us, but we're slowly getting it. Let's show you what we've been working on. We got all the bushes pulled out. We got everything cleaned up. So now we're going to dig in and see if we can figure out where the water problem is. I think she made the right call doing this drainage.
If you wouldn't mind hitting the like and subscribe, that'd be great. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's get to it. So you can see where the drain, this is where the perforated pipe turned into, so that's all perforated pipe, and then it turns to solid pipe right here. Now, you can see where it runs down the ditch, so we got to cover this up. We could have done without the rain last night, that is for sure. All right, well, let's show you how to tie into another old drain. Okay, so what we're doing right now, I got this dug back, we're going to cut it off, and then we're going to add this pipe to our French drain, just to consolidate it and make it into one pipe. So this is what we tore out when we came back in through the track. I just told the boys not to worry about it. We just yanked it out and we'll fix it. What we did right here is we put a coupler, and so that coupler just slid over the end of this, so we've got the coupler on that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tie on this solid pipe to the end of it. One thing you want to do is make sure you listen for the snap. Listen to the snap of this thing going in, then you know it's connected. All right, did you hear that? So now we know, we're fairly confident that it's snapped in and locked in. The easiest way to cut this is with literally just any type of knife. You can just pick a slot, slit it, it cuts like butter. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bend this. That. We're going to give ourselves enough slack. Alright, so I just literally push it in. See how easy that cuts? That's all there is to it. That gets you. Well, we're cut off and ready to roll. Now, if you're going to be tying flexible corrugated pipe into your sewer and drain, PVC, hard PVC, you've got to have this adapter. And this adapter essentially fits to the inside of this. So let's snap that in. You can hear the snap. Let's go. So that's your transition between the two pipes. You can do this two different ways. You can use a handsaw or a good recip saw. It works really well on this pipe. It cuts super simple. As we're standing here waiting on the rental company to open up, I decided I forgot to show you what we use for our walls. So what we always do when we're doing a French drain and everything, we actually use this product right here. It's dry lock. And what we do is we actually paint this on everything that's going to be underground. And so it's kind of thick paint, real thick paint. But what we do is we literally paint it on the walls. It's a white. And anything that's covered up by the dirt or whatever, we paint. And that just helps to lock in to make sure we don't let any moisture go through. We might as well. It's cheap insurance while you're down in a hole. You've already got dug out. you might as well clean it up and get it to where there's just one extra step that you can do that'll actually just help. And you know, it's one of those that it heals, just seals it up, and it's just one thing you might as well do while you're there. If you've gone to the trouble to dig this up, you might as well go ahead and do this. It's just one extra step that'll make sure that you have a good product. All right, so what I wanted to talk about today was the difference in corrugated pipe and sewer and drain pipe. So corrugated pipe is the black pipe that is actually, that you see rolled up. Here's a picture of it. Yeah, ignore the weed in the middle of this, but this is the corrugated pipe with the slits. So if you look right in there, it's got slits. So this is a corrugated. Now that's without a sock. Now right here, this is corrugated with a sock. So you can see where the sock is right here. Let me show you. So right there is where the sock ends. So that's corrugated with the sock. There's corrugated without a sock of it. And it basically, it has slits, or you can get holes, or it also comes in solid. So that is one type. Now we will use that a lot in certain instances, like if it's up a very curvy and we just can't get a lot of, if it's too around a house, you know, sometimes, or an area that you just can't get in there and use straight pipe, we'll use that. There's nothing wrong with it. I just feel that it collapses a little bit quicker and it's not quite as solid. Now sewer and drain pipe is not what I would call just a great, super hardcore product, but it does seem to hold up a little bit better. It'll hold up a little bit more pressure than the corrugated pipe. I mean, it's not a lot, but it will do some. So basically what I always do is, if I can, I will use the PVC pipe. That it's the white PVC. I'll show you a picture of it here. So this is a 4-inch sewer and drain pipe right here. The solid. There you go. Solid. Perforated sewer and drain pipe. And it's sewer and drain. Now it's a considerably thinner pipe than what Schedule 40 is, or a Class 200, but it's a sewer and drain, and it works out good. The other thing about it that I really like about it is I can actually set it to grade a little better. So whenever I'm down in a ditch and I want to get this thing set to grade, it's stiff, so I can get this to actually set to the grade a little easier. Now the corrugated pipe, with that being said, the corrugated, it always has a little flex to it, so getting that exactly set to grade is kind of a challenge. Even on the 10-foot joints, if you buy that instead of the 50-foot roll or the 100-foot roll, even the 10-foot joints, it's just a little bit more flexible, so it's a little harder to get it exactly to grade. So now the flip side to all this is, when you come to cost, the cost of this PVC sewer and drain pipe is, it's extremely expensive. It is crazy how that's gone up in the last couple of years. So there is a considerable cost difference. It's about twice. It's about twice the cost of what corrugated pipe. Corrugated pipe is about $100 a 50-foot section, and what? Yeah, let's see, then 5 sticks. Well, I guess really it's about comparable. Scratch that. So either pipe is about comparable. The difference in a lot of is the fittings. If you can curve your corrugated pipe around without having to do a bunch of fittings, that is a lot easier and cheaper, because each fitting's about $12 to $15 on most of them. But it takes it. So, you know, it's just some different things to think about. All right, let me show you what we got done. This turned out pretty slick. We've got everything done. Now these rocks, if she just had these rocks, if she wanted to stick them back in, wouldn't have been my first choice, but it is what it is. But all the way out 2 foot around this footing is a
French drain all around the base of it. Goes all the way around to this corner, up to this edge, went under the sidewalk, and goes down through here. So this whole section inside, we did this rock edge. I'll show you. So there's the rock edge we did with the gravel. So now what we ended up doing is tying on to this existing drain that went around the back. So this drain box right here actually goes on through the backyard. So we've just tied onto that. This part of the ground is all solid. So we just put the dirt back. This is all solid pipe, and then everything else is gravel that goes up through here. Well, I'll tell you what, I hope you all like this. It turned out pretty slick. This gravel and everything turned out nice. So anyways, I sure appreciate it. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like, subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you. So anyways, till next week, guys, y'all have a good one.